Okay.
We are here.
We're here. I think.
Is anyone else here? We have 0 viewers.
0 viewers. I need to get the chat pulled up so we can see. Hey, we got one person.
Hey, are you viewing us? Can you see us?
I'm so confused.
We have 1 viewer now, but I think it's us.
I don't know. This is confusing.
Can you guys see us? Can you hear us? Is this going out to the world? I don't know.
Hi, Valerie. Hi, Amy.
Do you see how delayed that was?
Yeah, it's super delayed. Totally can see and hear. Perfect.
Yes. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for letting us know. Okay.
We're new. We don't know the technology.
Well, the last time we did this, we did it on our phones too. So
That's
that was
true.
a little bit easier. But
That's a good point.
But we're here. We're doing it.
And we're glad for everyone that's joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Little last minute thing, but we decided it's snowy outside. And so we figured this would be the best way to do it. So
we're not leaving the house today. So
yes, that is true. We are definitely not leaving the house today.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, we'll just start it out. I mean, we'll take questions. So if you have questions,
So if you have questions, put them on the chat thing.
Yeah.
We did receive a couple of questions that we did want to talk about. Oh, do you want to talk about that first really fast?
Yeah, Maria just said that she got her necklace this week, which is awesome, especially because you're in Ireland. I'm so glad that it made it, and thank you for ordering. I think I know a couple people on here have bought a necklace, so thank you for that. That kind of leads us into one thing we were going to talk about, which is the cuddle cot.
Yeah, so we wanted to give just a brief update of the cuddle cot situation, where we are with that. I haven't really done anything with that, so I'm going to let Caitlin answer it.
So the second cuddle cot we've had for a while, you guys saw when we surprised Amy Tyson with it. And we've kind of been waiting to hear back from the hospital. I called them the Friday after Christmas and never heard back from the bereavement nurse, which is fine. So I just ended up calling the administration the other day, and she was totally excited. And the lady that I talked to, I guess, has actually lost a son as well. So I think that was nice that we could kind of connect on that level. So she started the paperwork for us, and she said she'll get back to me and let me know when we can go and donate it. So hopefully it's really soon. We're looking forward to getting it to the hospital and just letting parents use it if they need it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So with that, for those of you that are joining, we teamed up with Tyson and Amy's from the Watered Wife side of the realm. So we're going to be partnering with them, and we're hopefully going to figure out when we can donate that together, and I'll do that as a big collective group. So we're pretty excited about it. So yeah.
And it's got Beckett's name on the plaque, so I'm just excited.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It. Yeah.
So we no more questions yet, so that's good. So we'll just go into our next question.
Yeah.
Oh no, lost it. Why we buried Carter and Logan?
Somebody that I know from when I was younger, they asked why we decided to bury Carter and Logan, because my parents are in Boise and we're in Salt Lake. And so the reason we did that was, there's a couple things, I guess. So we don't know that my parents will be in Boise forever. And so it was kind of well, we don't want to take him all the way over there and then maybe end up with nobody living there for the rest of our lives anyway. And then we don't intend to be in Salt Lake forever. We don't know how long we'll be here, but we know it's not forever. So with Logan, deciding to bury him in Logan, it was really easy. That's where we met. It's where we went to school. It's where we got married. But we always know that he'll have family up there.
Yep. Yeah. I just, for some reason, when we lost him, people were asking 1,000 questions that we didn't know the answers to. But for some reason, that one just really seemed to make sense, I guess.
Yeah,
having him in Logan was one of the easiest decisions we made of all the decisions. So I thought it was pretty natural. So
yeah, because we delivered Carter, and then they were like, "Hey, we have all this paperwork for you guys to fill out. So if you could do that, great." And that really was the easiest thing. Be like, "Okay, where are we going to bury him? Logan." And it worked out really nicely because we ended up getting a plot donated to us, so we didn't even have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And having Brandon's family in town was really nice that his mom could go and take care of stuff that we needed to do at the mortuary since we were down here and recovering and all that. So yeah.
Yep.
Really easy decision.
Yeah.
Easy.
So we got a question from Dylan. So Dylan said, what is one piece of advice you would give to a soon to be married couple?
Ooh. Well, congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
First of all, you go first.
Me first. Okay.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I'm going to say is just communicate. And really just about anything, whether it's your day or your feelings or your ambitions or really anything, but make sure that you're always just communicating everything on how you feel and just being open with each other. And also know that you will communicate differently. Me and Caitlin do not communicate the same. And we approach things differently. And so going in with the mindset of you want to communicate, but at the same time, you're not always going to approach things the same way, I think is important. I think that'd be my biggest advice, is just talk a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess my advice kind of going along with that is to make sure that you make time for each other. So we got married when we were in school still, and it was really hard to juggle school and homework and work with just being together too. And so we tried to, like, Friday nights we went to Costa Vida, and then we went and walked around Shopko, and that was like our date night. And
super classy.
Yeah.
We're awesome. I don't know a better date than that, really.
Like, it wasn't anything super exciting, but it was fun for us, and that's what we did. So just making that time to connect and really, like, not just, pass each other. Sorry, Brandon just hit the stand. Not just be like two ships passing in the night. Like, make sure that you talk about your days, and that's where the communication comes into play. But yeah, and if you like spending time together, like we were just talking about this last night, a lot of people say that you should have other friends and other activities that you do outside your marriage. But if you just like to hang out together, that's okay too. Like, Brandon is my best friend, and there is no one in the world that I would rather, like, go on vacation with or spend my Friday and Saturday nights with, or Monday through Sunday, really. But, like, nobody else I'd rather be with.
But you can still have friends.
It's
okay to have friends.
Basically, do what works for you, but just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Question for you, coming from Catherine. How are you feeling?
Really?
Any morning sickness?
So I have actually been really lucky in all of my pregnancies so far that I don't get super sick. I get a little nauseous, but as long as I eat really quickly, then I'm fine. So this time I was so hungry in the beginning that I literally was eating like every 30 minutes to an hour. So that really kept the nausea at bay. So yeah, not really any morning sickness. I was super, super tired though in the beginning, which is kind of how I knew that it was a boy, because I wanted to take naps all the time. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I love being pregnant, actually. Even though there's nausea and fatigue and all that good stuff, I love it. It's so fun.
She does love it. She talks all the time about how she could always be pregnant if she could. So
yeah, I would.
I don't know. Obviously,
how are you feeling? How's your morning sickness?
My morning, luckily, if we eat a lot, it makes me feel better. So we've been eating a lot. I jumped on the scale this morning and was not pleasantly surprised. So not ideal, but I've been feeling great. So thanks for your concern. Really,
that's good. Maria, yes, you're not the only one that calls it a date. Don't worry. So Shelly, let's see. You never know whether to write their names on Christmas cards. Do people put Carter's names on your card? No, they don't.
So this comes back to one of those things. It really depends on how you interact with people.
Yeah.
We've been pretty open, and when we send out things, or if we send out Christmas cards, we'll say, Brandon, Caitlin, Carter, mm-hmm. Sophie, and Miles. So we include the cats and everything. So yeah, it really depends on how you are doing things. And I feel like if you're sending out that message that it's okay to talk about those losses, then they'll be okay talking about them and mentioning them as well. So that's my thought. I don't know.
So I guess one thing you could do is ask those family members, is it okay if I include your baby's name on the card? That's what I would say. I wouldn't even ask it do you want me to put their names on the card? Ask if it's okay, because I think that for us, I would like people to include our babies on the cards. I think that they're a part of our family, even though they're not here. But I also realize too that it's kind of a touchy thing. Some people just don't know, and I mean, same position that you're in, it might make them sad, or I don't know. It's hard. So I would just ask, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
On Carter's birthday, one of our sister-in-laws said, what do I say to you on this day? Do I text you and say, thinking about you guys today? Or do I say happy birthday to Carter? And that was awesome for me that she did that, because we could say, no, just text us happy birthday to Carter. Like, it's his birthday. That's great. But again, everyone is different. So yeah. I feel like that was a really long-winded answer, but there's just a lot that goes into it.
So who knows? That's the answer.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's go. Let's see. Make sure we didn't miss anything up here.
From Holland. Hello to you.
Hi,
Holland.
from Holland.
We'll come visit you sometime.
We visited them once.
We did. You're right. We just did that in April.
We'll come back though. I wouldn't mind that.
Our crafty, chaotic life. I am really sorry for all of your losses. It just sucks. It just plain sucks. But I'm glad that you feel like you found a place that you can share your babies. We'd love to hear about them. It's awesome.
Yep. Let us know.
Valerie asked if we're planning to go see Sam and Jen now that PJ is feeling better. Yes, sometime. We have tickets to a concert in Phoenix in May.
Wait.
It's Taylor Swift.
We're going to Taylor Swift.
I'm not afraid to talk about it. That's fine. So we have tickets to Taylor Swift in Phoenix in May. So we might wait until then, or we might go earlier. We kind of just have to decide, honestly. I know they'll be up here sometime in March, so we might just go see them where they'll be in March, but not really sure. I'd love to go down there though. It's so snowy and cold here.
Yeah, I think we want to make it down there. I might have some work stuff coming up in the next little bit, so I don't know if that's going to affect anything, but so we'd like to. We like those guys. Hopefully they like us back, but hopefully we can get down there and see them.
Yeah.
Especially while it's warm there and cold here.
Yeah, we got 10 inches of snow yesterday. I'm over it. I'm ready for warm weather. Kristen's going to see Taylor in May too.
So I do want to clear the air. It was not my decision to go, but being supportive, I decided I would go if.
Yeah. So a couple years ago, I went and saw Taylor Swift with my sister-in-law, but she's having a baby in March. And so I bought 2 tickets and I said, if you want to come, great. And if you don't, Brandon can have your ticket. And so it's up to her what she wants to do. And then if she doesn't want to come, then Brandon can have the ticket. Or I did tell Jenica that she could have the ticket too. And she was like, no, I don't want to take Brandon's ticket away. And I was like, trust me, he's fine.
I would be way upset about it, but I would make it work.
Your idea to go see Taylor Swift.
Oh, hello from Germany. We can go to Germany.
We could go to Germany. Yeah.
That's on our list of places to go visit.
Yeah.
I'd visit there.
Yeah.
And Seattle.
I've been Seattle. So cute. Anyways.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. But
we don't have any trips planned right now besides that. Besides our Taylor Swift tickets. We don't even have flights yet.
We don't even have a Disney plan in the works. That's how behind we are right now. We're losing our edge is what it comes down to.
Well, when we got married, Brandon said, let's do one Disney thing a year. And so we have, ever since we were engaged, actually, we went to Disney World with my family, and then we, from then on, have done something Disney. So we have an ornament for our Christmas tree every year, and I'm really afraid we're not going to make it this year.
We will make it, even if it is December 30th and 31st. We'll make it there.
Okay, that works. Promise?
Sure. Yeah.
Should we shake on it?
Sure. In front of these 35 people.
You guys saw it. He promised to take me to Disneyland before the year is over.
It will make it. It will make it work.
Yes, we'll make
it work.
There you go.
It'll happen.
It'll happen. We'll make it work. Hamburg, Germany.
Yeah, hello.
Sorry, that's not.
I'm sure that's where it came.
That's not where it came from, but that sounds really good right now. I'm really digging McDonald's cheeseburgers this week. Last week it was beefy 5 layers from Taco Bell. This week it's McDonald's cheeseburgers. I don't know. Pregnancy is so fun.
A couple of things. Julia's not a fan of snow.
Same.
Caitlin's not. I am to a point. I really enjoy the changing of seasons.
It's snowing again right now.
It is snowing right now.
Oh my god.
I enjoy the changing of seasons. I really like each individual season for what it is. But in Utah, winter does drag on for a really long time every once in a while.
And winter should be from mid-November to mid-January. And we're just starting to get super winter at the end of January. And it'll last till March. That's what I don't love about it. But that's okay. Let's see. Have you started discussing names yet? Yes.
Yeah.
There's only 33 people on here. They're not going to share a secret. We could tell them.
I mean, we can.
Okay.
You want to tell them?
If they really want to know.
Tell them.
Okay. So names, let's back up. Well, when we were pregnant with Carter, boy names were really, really hard. When we didn't know if he was a boy or girl yet, we already had girl names picked out. Like we had the girl name picked out that we were going to name the baby if he was a girl, and he wasn't. So boy names were really hard. And there were a lot that, why are you laughing?
Because people are freaking out. They want to know.
Okay. Okay. So I liked a bunch of like kind of not weird names, but like really unique names. Like I like the name Theo, but we're not cool enough to name our kid Theo.
We are very like normal people, and I don't feel like Theo fits our.
I think it's cute, life. But anyway, so I liked Theo, and then when we were pregnant with, like, when we found out that it was Carter, I really liked the name Hudson, and Brandon liked it too, but he liked Carter more. And so throughout the pregnancy, I'd kind of like try Carter on because I didn't want to force Brandon into choosing the baby name that I liked. So I tried Carter. Like I would,
nice of you.
I know, I'm sweet. I would talk to him and I'd call him Carter baby. And like Brandon, I would try to do it when Brandon wasn't listening, but he caught me a couple times. So then the day that we found out we lost him, we left our house and we were driving to the hospital. And I said, let's name him Carter. And Brandon said, are you sure? And I said, that's what his name has been the whole time. So that's what his name ended up being. So the name that we like right now is Hudson. And that still could change because we have so much time, but that's the one we like right now.
Full name or just
the first name for now? Just the first name for now. Yeah, because we have a middle name picked out too. But yeah, we like Hudson.
Yeah.
And I've almost called him that name like twice. And I feel like if I call him that, then that's his name forever. Brandon's like, no, it's okay. We can still change it. Like, no.
But it's like hard. Like we're struggling with the fact, like, how do you name someone you haven't met?
You just do.
I don't know. So we'll see. So that's I think the front runner of our name pool.
But don't tell anybody.
Yeah, keep it secret.
It's a secret. Except people will watch this anyway. But yeah, we really like it. So we'll see what ends up happening. We still have so much time that it could potentially change. But that's where we're at now. Let's see. So that was that question.
Let's go back. That one. So Amy said that they have gone to the ocean every year, and they took a 6-week old.
You guys did take Mallory. Yeah, I forgot about that. Like we watched your stats for you.
We can do it.
Yeah, we'll just go on a plane, probably.
Yeah, because we're lazy.
Yeah. So yeah, we could totally go to Disneyland with a baby. Hey from London, England. We've never been to London, but we need to go.
It's on our agenda as well.
Yeah. Why does your pregnancy video title identify this as baby number 3 when it's your 4th pregnancy? This was a question that we were planning to address.
Oh yeah.
Anyway. And it's a great question, and you're not the first person to ask it. The reason is because with a 3rd baby, we didn't know the gender, and therefore it has less of an identity than the first 2, if that makes sense. So we have Carter and Little Bean, and then we do have the 3rd baby that we lost. But like when people, okay, I guess this is what it really is. In the future, when we have this baby and people will say, oh, is this your only one? Then I will say, no, we have 2 others. Like I probably won't really delve into the miscarriage unless they're people that I know really well or that we will know for a long time. But to me, Carter and Little Bean count so much because like I carried Carter for 39 weeks and Little Bean, like I knew her before we were pregnant with her. Like that's weird and it doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what it is for me.
And we knew the gender. I think that's a big thing because we could identify an identity, I guess.
Yeah.
We gave her an identity, so we kind of knew that. And then, unfortunately, like miscarriages are more often than people are often aware of. Yeah. And so, I don't know, it's a hard number game. So we're sticking with the 3 that we have been able to identify genders off of.
Yeah. And because I feel like there's always so much taboo surrounding loss anyway, but I don't want to tell people like, oh yeah, this is my 4th, like it is our 4th baby, but I don't know. It's so confusing, but I would hate to be like, well, we lost 1 full term and then we had a late miscarriage, then we had an early miscarriage, and now we have this one. So we have 4 children. And that person might kind of be like, well, you don't, but okay. So I'm trying to like, I guess, minimize that as much as possible. Like, we had a full term, and then we knew the gender of the second one, and then we had this one. So I don't know. It's kind of just personal preference. It's hard. Loss is so hard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Layla, I am not planning on breastfeeding. I'm gonna keep that out of my realm, I think.
You should really try it though.
I don't know. I don't think it's for me.
People start mom shaming Brandon for not breastfeeding his baby. My plan is to try. If it works, great. If it doesn't, great. As long as the baby gets fed, I don't really care. That's where I'm at. Because I know like my mom tried it and she said that she didn't like it. So she just didn't. And I feel like it turned out relatively normal.
I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. So no, as long as he gets fed, then I'm fine. And if we have to like supplement, then that's okay too. So we'll see.
We're going to see what happens.
Yeah. Basically, since I know the comments are really funny. Ever since we lost Carter, we kind of just like go with the flow. Whatever works is what works. So yeah. Let's go back up here a little bit. Like you're saying, so fifth pregnancy, my second child. It is hard to live in the past sometimes, and I mean you can do it easily enough, but with other people, sometimes it's a weird game to play. So lost 3 due to miscarriage at 8 and 11 weeks. We gave him gender neutral names. See, and
that's a great option.
Yeah, Annika, I love what you said. I mean, a lot of people do that. Like, so we named Little Bean, and we did give her a name, but we knew her gender. But even like John and Joan, they had Sweet Pea, and that's just what they call that baby is Sweet Pea, and that's okay.
Like we said, everyone's going to be different, and it really doesn't matter how you end up counting or whatever, just knowing that they are yours.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about them, great, and if you don't, that's okay too. But they're important. They're shaping who you are either way. So, and they're impacting the world. So
I love that you gave them gender neutral names, just like to get closure. I think that's the biggest thing. Like after the miscarriage, like our third loss, I had a really hard time. I struggled a lot more then, I feel like, than when we lost Little Bean. And I think that was partially due to the fact that it was so unexpected. And I had finally let myself get excited about it too. Like we only knew for 5 days and then the baby was gone. So yeah, not a lot of closure. I think that's really important.
Yeah, Caitlin, you just barely started shopping, right?
For this baby.
Oh, with for Little that baby. Bean.
With Little Bean, I looked at crib sheets the day before we found out we were going to lose her. So that was hard, which is why I've kind of been really hesitant to look at stuff this time. But we actually have bought things already, so that's good. Let's see this girl. 5 angel babies. Before your rainbow babies, you have 2 on earth, a daughter and a son. Yeah, so I'm glad that you have your rainbows, but you'll never forget those other 5. Never, ever. Let's see. You have any weird cravings? Kind of. Taco Bell and McDonald's.
Tons of Taco Bell. Luckily, they're close and luckily they're cheap. But we've eaten a lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah, donuts too. We finally got donuts yesterday.
We stopped by the old Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Up in Logan and got some donuts. That was great.
What other cravings? In the beginning, I wanted to eat a lot of mashed potatoes and stuffing. And I don't know if that's just because it was around Thanksgiving, but we have like our pantry stock full of potatoes and stuffing right now. I love potatoes with my boys, apparently. That's how Carter was too, like hash browns, French fries, mashed potatoes, anything. I don't care. And I thought it was just because I'm from Idaho, but turns out I'm not the only person. Probably so. But yeah.
And they're not like weird cravings. It's just like when she wants something, she really wants something. And if she doesn't want something, she doesn't want anything.
And then I get really sad.
And she gets really sad and cranky. Mostly because she's hungry. She gets really hangry.
Who does that? No one gets
angry. And so that doesn't
help.
That doesn't help the situation a lot of times.
So luckily though, Costa Vida, like our one thing, I can always eat that in all of my pregnancies, regardless of nothing, if nothing sounds good. Let's see. That weird cravings. Do you still want more kids after this baby? Well,
so we joked around a lot. That after this loss, Kaylin wants like 17 kids. So I doubt we'll be able to go.
15 more to go.
I doubt we'll be able to go to that number, but yes.
Yeah, we definitely
more on their horizon.
We've always talked that we kind of want like 4 kids. And so
it's a good even number.
It's a good even number. I come from 3 and it was not like somebody always gets left out. So I want 4. But now I'm like, but I tell Brandon, like, I want 4 at home. So if that means having 5 or 6 or 8 pregnancies. Like it's whatever. But I do love being pregnant. And so I'll do this all the time. It's fine. I'll be huge. I want to get multiples at some point so then we can like not be pregnant for a second. Yeah. But yeah, we definitely want more kids. We got a lot of names to use. So let's see.
I'm originally from Logan. What are you guys doing up there from Janice?
Janice.
Janice, we were up in Logan. My brother's wife, our sister-in-law, she is pregnant. She's due in March. And so we were there for a baby shower.
Yeah. We go to Logan all the time to go see the babies, though.
Yeah. So we went up there. We changed out. They still had Christmas stuff up. And so we swapped it out for Valentine's Day stuff. And then Kate went to a baby shower, and I went to my brother's house, and we remodeled his bathroom.
You got to smash stuff.
But I got to break stuff. So
yeah, we go to Logan a lot, actually. We haven't been in 6 weeks, though. So it was a long time.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a birth vlog? Yeah.
It depends.
I don't know. Amy,
can we get that set up for you?
Yeah, Amy, if you're available to film on June 19th, then yes, we'll do a birth vlog probably. Because I really want to make sure that Brandon can be fully present for this. Because the last one was so different than a typical birth. So I want to make sure that Brandon can be present. And so not having him film, I think, would be ideal for me. But we'd like to do it. Even if it's like weird and gross. I just like want people, like I want us to have it for later. So yeah, I think so. The sister-in-law that we went up for the baby shower for yesterday, she said that she's been watching birth vlogs on YouTube a lot. Not like the birth, but you know, like Sam and Jenica style birth vlogs. And I was like, well, you can watch ours when we do it. And my Brandon's mom was like, that's weird. Like, you don't have to watch it then. That's fine.
We're planning on it, I think, if we can make it work. So
what do you mean you might be available? Tyson says it depends. Tyson, you're not going to be in the room.
Yeah, Tyson, you're not invited.
Yeah, Tyson, sorry. We like you, but someone's got to watch Mallory is what it comes down to. And sorry, Tyson, you don't need to be there. Let's see.
There was one, but it got removed.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer anyways.
I felt like it was a good question.
It was a good question, so I'm going to answer anyways. So the question was that we like Disney a little bit, but is there what's our favorite Disney movie? Was that what it was?
I think so. Sure. We'll just answer that anyway. Like classic Disney movie?
I think the answer is any Disney movie, or the option is any Disney movie.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. So there's two things. I'm going to qualify that a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
So the first one that we identify with right now is we have really been living in the Up realm.
Yeah.
Is kind of what we've been identifying with. So if you've seen our past Disney trips, we have a lot of Up pins for our backpack. So that's one we identify with quite a bit. My favorite Disney movie is probably Toy Story.
Such a good one. Such a classic. Yeah, that's a good one.
Don't take it though.
I won't. The first one that popped into my head, actually, and this is not a classic Disney movie, but Enchanted.
That's what if you didn't say that, I was going to correct you.
That movie is so good, and I watch it not all the time, but more often.
It's just on
repeat all the time. Yeah. That's actually why I quit my job, is so I could stay home and watch Enchanted. No, that movie's so good. We should watch it. If you haven't seen that movie, you should probably go watch it.
It's funny.
Let's see. What else? Have you felt the baby move yet? Yeah. Actually,
she thinks.
I think
could be gas.
No, let me clarify this. That's something I was gonna say. A couple weeks ago, I really thought that I felt the baby move, and it didn't surprise me because I felt little Bean move that early. But then the last 2 weeks, I've been like, I've just had a lot of gas. Like, in all honesty, I've had a lot of gas. But the other day, I finished my lunch, and I felt him. Like, it was couple minutes after I finished eating, and I could tell that it was him. And then last night, we were just sitting on the couch, and I could feel him move again. And I was telling Brandon this morning, it was like feeling like something the size of my pinky just like poking my stomach. And I only felt it like twice, but I was like, oh, it's so little.
But she was laying there trying to feel the baby move, and she felt it.
Yeah, I had my hand on my stomach, and I was just like sleeping. It was great. So I was listening.
Yeah. Let's see. How far apart or close in age will yours and Jenica's and Sam's baby be?
Like a week.
Close. Really real close.
Because they're due on June 11th, and we will we'll have our baby probably on June 19th. So they'll be super, super close. And I wish that they would move back from Arizona to Utah so our babies could hang out. But
maybe we'll just have to move to Arizona to warmer climates.
Don't say that. People are going to get excited.
We're not moving to Arizona. Everyone simmer down. I've got a job here.
Yeah. Yeah, Valerie, the gas is probably from all the Taco Bell.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Enchanted is so good. It is so good. You're going to do any online baby shower things for your subscribers to get you things? I haven't thought about that.
We're really new to the online thing, so I don't know how to actually do anything like that. B, because of our situation, we already have so much stuff with Carter. Like we have an entire nursery stock full of stuff that we've had with Carter. So we've been kind of telling family that we're not doing any shower stuff. So I don't know. Great question. I'm just gonna hide over here.
But we've also said though that like Brandon told his mom, if you see something that you like, if you see something that you like by Janice that you want to buy for the baby, go for it. Like that's totally fine. And we've already bought some stuff too. Like we bought his crib sheet, we bought some clothes. So we'll do a couple things, but we don't want like so many people bought us so much last time that I don't want to ask family and friends to buy us more stuff, if that makes sense. Like I feel bad that they already got us stuff that we didn't even end up using. We will use it, but they don't need to do more for us. So anyway, we might, if there's enough people that really would like us to do that, then we would consider it, sure. But you don't feel like you have to do anything. Like having you guys here as our support is super awesome, and we love that. So that's enough for us. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
Kate asked, are you looking forward to your 20-week scan?
Yes.
Yeah, we really are. We have another appointment on the 29th, and we'll be almost 17 weeks then, which is crazy. So 3 weeks after that, we'll have our 20-week ultrasound. We'll probably have an ultrasound at our appointment next week, but we are really excited for the 20-week because we'll be seeing a specialist. And so they will be able to tell us everything as they do the scan. It's not going to be one of those things where they have to send it to the doctor first and then we hear later. We'll get to know right away. And they have a big TV. So it's like huge and we can see the baby huge size instead of just like little. Yeah. Why are you laughing at that?
Ooh, like so big you
can't even see my hands. Yeah, exactly.
A diaper shower.
Diaper shower.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. We do have a ton of diapers still, though. We finally got rid of the wipes that we had bought because we had like 2 Costco-sized boxes.
So we gave them to families that are having babies right here.
These are going to expire before we can use them, so have fun. So yeah, it's a good idea, though.
Are you putting things away for just Carter and Lucy? I'm going to let you. Oh, me? Yes. Specifically Carter, we do have some outfits and stuff. Like the outfit that we're going to take him home in is set aside, and a couple other things that we bought specifically for him that we will put to the side. Any outfits that were more like just we needed outfits will probably be more of a hand-me-down to this little guy.
We got a lot of stuff secondhand too, like from family that doesn't really hold much meaning for us, but there's a couple onesies too that are newborn that like right after we lost Carter, I would take out and I would hold. And so for me, those ones are really special.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's mostly like the newborn stuff. And there's a couple older outfits. Like we bought, oh my gosh, the cutest Mickey overalls
Can I go get him
for him. No, it's fine. But we bought Mickey overalls that I think we'll probably have to give those away too. But they're so cute.
But we don't really have anything for Lucy being doing. No, we never like bought anything.
We bought artwork for her room because Brandon wouldn't let me buy any clothes, but I knew it was a girl. So we have a couple pieces of art that I want to save, but we didn't buy her any clothes because we didn't find out that she was a girl for sure until the day we found out we were going to lose her too. So, yeah. Annika says she admires that we're still so positive after all we've been through. Thank you. We are learning from other people though. It's not just us. Brandon has an aunt that lost her son when he was 3, and we've just really strived to live life like she does, I guess. Like, yeah, you're sad and it sucks, but there's still positive things and you can still be a light to others even in your dark times. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just.
But thank you.
I think that's part of like we've always been generally positive people, and it's just a lot easier. It's easier for us to be positive than it is to be negative and
totally.
So,
Kate asked if we have snow. Yeah,
we got like 8 inches or so yesterday. We had like a winter storm advisory warning, all like yesterday and the night before. So we probably got a good 8 inches, but it looks pretty warmish outside and things are melting. So I don't know how long it will stick around.
I love it. Love the dinosaurs. Thanks, Kelly. We like the dinosaurs too. I wanted to do dinosaurs for a future nursery because we already have a couple ideas of what we wanted to do for this guy. But the dinosaur clothes were so dang cute that we like could not pass them up. But hopefully we can find other things that aren't dinosaur
Hopefully
related.
Caitlin can simmer down with the whole dinosaur thing.
Hopefully I can just simmer down with shopping. Michelle said, or no, let's go to Valerie's first. Yes, Valerie, we are where we nope. We're past where we were when we lost Little Bean. Yes, correct. To answer your question. We lost her
last Sunday, correct?
Last Sunday, yeah. We lost her at 14 weeks and 5 days, and today we are 15 weeks and 5 days. So we're past it. And we already have the genetic test back, so we know that everything is good. Genetically, yeah. Like
for the big stuff.
Yeah, what you can see easily. So that's really, really, really reassuring. Michelle said you can get a blanket made with Carter's things or a pillow.
We kind of already have that pillow. I'll get it.
Okay. So Brandon's gonna go get something that we can show you guys. With all of Carter's stuff, what I really would like to do is just get a big bin and just like put all the clothes in it, put a lot of his decorations in it, so that way when we want to pull it out, we can just like grab the box and bring it. The one that your mom made. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I want to do with all that. But what Brandon's mom was so sweet to do for us after we lost Carter, let me back up. For the baby shower that we had with the Robbins side, she gave us 2 blankets that she had made for Carter. And so one of them we ended up burying him in, and the other one is still in the nursery. And then after we lost Carter, we asked his mom to alter some clothes because the only clothes that I could find that I liked and wanted to bury him in were 3-month clothes. So she altered them down, and out of the scraps of the clothes and the blanket, she made us this pillow. So this has been sitting in Carter's crib, and it's got all the remnants from the blanket, and then these are all the remnants from his clothes. And I actually found out a couple months after we lost Carter, and I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but the clothes that we buried him in, I had already bought for him for 12 months because it's an outfit that Brandon has that he wears. And so I had already bought it. So those clothes are something that for sure too will go in a bin. But yeah, so I don't know what we'll do with all of it, but for now my plan is just to stick it in a box and be able to pull it out whenever we need to. So yeah.
Yeah.
Layla asked if we will include his siblings in the book, in his story. He definitely is a little brother, and he's definitely going to know that too.
He'll definitely know that, but at the same time, I think we want every baby or child to be individual and kind of stand on their own. So I don't know.
Well, like he'll know that he's a little brother because we'll take him to the cemetery a ton, and we've got Carter's headstone, and then we have a little plaque for Little Bean too, and so he'll know that he's a little brother. I don't know, like when we make a book for him, what I would include, I guess, about his siblings, but he's definitely going to know. That's not something that I want to shy away from at all. I've had a lot of meltdowns over the fact that like he might get made fun of in school for telling people that he has a big brother, because they'll be like, no, you don't have any older siblings. But that's something that is important to us. He's not our firstborn. He definitely is not. So yeah.
Yeah.
He'll know about his siblings. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Let's see. That is a tough question, but that's hard with a 3-year-old though. Yeah. Layla, I don't know. Again, you have to do what works best for you, but we plan to share because it matters to us, and so we know that it will matter to our little guy too. I almost just called him by that name again.
They know.
I know they do. Name. I know. Let's see. Do you get a lot? Oh, the snow. Do we get a lot of snow? Yeah.
Utah, well, where we are in Utah, northern Utah, does usually get quite a bit of snow. Salt Lake itself gets a good amount, especially when you're talking to people that aren't in the mountains. So we get a pretty good amount, I would say.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much as Logan, though. Logan usually gets way more snow than us. So.
Sorry, I'm like reading Layla's comment and trying not to cry because I think it's so sweet that her daughter says that she is a big sister of one heaven baby, and that's so cute.
But that's a great way to talk about it. Just being open and honest about it, and really just having that conversation early. So,
but then, like Valerie said, my mom lost 2 babies plus a miscarriage, and they kind of just acted like it never happened. And some people, some people, that's easier. Definitely not how we handle it. But I also think that there's a big difference in like generational things. Like our generation, we're always really open about stuff, and like even probably our parents, I don't think would have really talked about it very much. So it's just different, and every person is different. But we're hoping to at least let people know that it's okay to talk about it. I think it's great. If you don't want to, that's okay too. But yeah. So daughter's 20 and shares her story. That's good. I mean, that's good, but if she doesn't want to, that's good too. Because some of the best people to have a brief conversation with. They say all the things grown-ups are too afraid to say.
And that's a good point.
Seriously, though.
That's a very good point.
I am excited to see if this little guy says anything about his siblings before like he really understands it, you know. We went to a support group right after we lost Carter, and one of the moms there said that her daughter was like, "Mom, we're gonna have a sister, and her name's gonna be," I think they like, she said something funny like Minnie Mouse or something like that. But the mom was like, "Okay, yeah, well, we're not gonna have another baby anytime soon." And then they did, and like kids just know stuff. I think it's crazy. So anyway, I'm curious to see what ends up happening. But yeah, Amy, I mean, we obviously knew that Mallory will definitely know who Beckett is. So it just, like we said, it just kind of depends on who the person is and how it goes. But yeah. What else? Do you guys have any more questions? We just had those 3.
We already talked about this.
Yeah, we already talked about the 3 things. Annika made a video about her miscarriages and didn't expect it would help so many people. You know, and that is an interesting point that you make, that you feel like they had a purpose even though they were small. And I mean, it sucks. Obviously, you would rather have not had the miscarriages, but there have been so many people that say like, you guys just, you've inspired me, you're amazing, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, no, like we didn't want to lose our babies, but they do have a purpose. You're right. Even though we'd rather have them here, they've done a lot of good things in the world. So it's kind of crazy how big of an impact our kids can make even when they don't really get the chance to do it on Earth. I don't know. I think that's cool. And yes, Layla, I agree. There are so many miscarriages and so many losses, and it just, I don't know, people don't realize that it happens. And I think part of it too is like, you don't really want to think about the negatives, because I sure didn't. Like when we were pregnant with Carter, one of our sister-in-laws had a miscarriage. And then when we were having our baby shower, Jenica said that she had a friend that lived by us. And I was like, oh, we'll invite her over. And she said, no, she just lost a baby. And I just remember like holding my stomach thinking, oh, that's so sad. I hope that would never happen to me. And now Amy and I are best friends because of our losses. But it's just, it does happen. And it's okay to talk about it. And I think that you don't want to think about it. And I feel like I'm rambling, but
yeah, I think what Amy said is probably the biggest thing for us is we just don't want anyone to feel alone in the situation, because that's definitely how we felt. With losing Carter, we felt like we were the only people in the entire world to go through that experience. And as unfortunate it is, we have met a lot of amazing people that have gone through very similar situations as ours. But we probably wouldn't have ever gotten there if we never talked about it or reached out to people or kind of looked through it. And so like, I think the biggest thing for us is just getting it out there so that people don't feel so alone, and that they can talk about it if that helps them or whatever, and just give them options, I guess.
Yeah, I can't imagine going through all 3 of our losses and not being able to talk about it with anybody besides Brandon. Not that you're not enough, but like sometimes you just got to talk about stuff to get it off your chest. And if we had to keep it all inside, that would be so hard, you know, or to kind of like suck it up and like go to the baby shower yesterday and listen to everyone talking about their babies, but not being able to feel like I could share my pregnancy experience with Carter. That would be really hard. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I just felt like I wanted to say it. So yeah, we're just all a big giant support group. That's really all it is. And we have met a lot of awesome people that have helped us, and we've helped them. So it's not the best place to be, but if you're gonna lose a baby, the lost community is definitely a good place to go.
Yeah.
Did you notice a rough patch in your marriage when you lost the babies? No, surprisingly. Well, I would say no. What would you do?
I would agree with that. And I think part of that comes from a lot of different situations. So when we lost Carter, my job was super flexible in the fact that like I could just take whatever time I needed. And that was super helpful because I could be here and we could have those conversations and we could just be here for each other when we needed it. My work is amazing. My supervisor amazing. And so I told him, I'm like, I'm more or less going to be on call if I ever just need to go home at any time. And they're like, yep, just let me know.
Yeah.
So that was really nice because then when there was any difficulty or emotions or anything, I could drive home really quick and we could just be there together. So if anything, I feel like it just really solidified a couple things.
Yeah.
Just because like you don't really know until you go through those experiences how things are going to end up. And so if anything, I felt like we're stronger than we were before.
Yeah.
So.
So I majored in family and human development. And one thing that we did during school was take the love languages quiz. So when Brandon and I got married, I had us both take it and we were vastly different. Like, I don't even remember what our answers were before, but they were very different. And when we went to the support thing not that long ago, they had us retake it. And both of our top love languages were quality time by far, like so far past everything else. And I don't know that either of ours were quality time before that. I think that was like the second or third, but it was really interesting to see how much our priorities had changed and that being together really meant so much. And I've noticed that a lot too, especially after the subsequent losses. But like spending time with Brandon is the most important to me. And if I've ever had a bad day, I know that being with him is the one thing that can fix it. There are definitely times when like we've argued or, you know, I'll get upset over something little. Like one time some plant spilled some water or something. And I remember that was probably one of the worst meltdowns that I had because it always turns from the plant spilled water to if the baby was here, this wouldn't have happened. And so there have been a lot of times that I kind of lash out and break down, but Brandon is so patient. Like if everyone could have a Brandon, the world would be such a good place. But like
definitely not. That is totally not right.
I think so. We really like I just remember talking to a bunch of people afterwards that are like, well, this can make or break your marriage. And for us, it didn't break it at all. And one reason for that is like Brandon said at the very start of this video, like communication is so important. And so as long as we felt like we could be open with each other about how we were feeling, then it was okay. And there's still bad days, obviously. Well, and I'm super hormonal, so that doesn't help either. But no, it's been like, I really like you and I'm gonna cry.
Come here. One thing that we kind of ran into though is we both felt that we had lost like pretty much all patience for anyone, whether it was both of us or anyone we talked to or work or anything. We definitely had to kind of relearn how to be patient with people, and I'm still figuring that out a lot of times. And I don't really know what that really is spawning from, but that was kind of a thing that we had to sit down and really identify, like the reason we're fighting is because we just aren't patient at all. We have 3% patience and then we lost that. And so I think that was the biggest thing is really just talking and saying, this is a result of us not being patient right now. Let's just take a breather and come back to it or whatever. So, and
really being able to just get those feelings out before it turned into something bigger. Because like people are saying, you know, it's great that you shared your grief. That was probably helpful. And yeah, like just being able to share all those emotions up front rather than bottling it in and then exploding later, which I have a tendency to do anyway. But I've really made it a point. Brandon's been like my therapist, essentially. I have a real therapist too, but Brandon basically was my therapist after Carter. And
I'm not good.
But I think that I was that for you though too. And I think that's the way that it should be to a point.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll move on from that.
Someone asked up here.
Are you okay with viewers sending? Yeah, you can send us stuff to our PO box. That's why we got it. Well, that's not really why we got it, but yeah.
That's the only reason we got it.
That we got it so that the necklaces could come back if they didn't make it all the way, and that has happened. So yeah, totally. You can send us stuff. That's awesome. You don't have to.
We would love little notes or pictures of people.
Or share your story, like if you have a story to tell.
Or anything.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
Kelly did say, this loss community has helped me to be able to talk to the people around me to cope with their situation. Never lost a child, but have been with my best friend when she did, which I think is something that like we almost need more education on how to help other people when someone in their life has had a loss, because people say stupid stuff and you always know that they don't do it intentionally, but it still is like, maybe just don't say that. So Kelly, I'm really glad that you've been able to learn stuff about how to help your friend. That's awesome. And I think that that's a really awesome friend thing of you to do, to try and be there for her and to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Layla asked, did you go to any type of therapy after losing the babies? My rainbow babies due on the exact date I found out I miscarried. I feel like, well, I'll put that down. Yeah, I can understand that.
Definitely.
I did not go to counseling after Carter or after Little Bean. Oh, that's not true. I did start going to counseling after we lost Little Bean. I was pregnant with the third one, but I didn't know yet. And my doctor said, you need to go to counseling. And I said, okay. So I did go. And I went to one counselor twice, and then we had the miscarriage. And so then I found a new counselor, and I love this counselor so much. I was going weekly. And then when we found out I was pregnant again, we decided, okay, let's not do every single week. So we were going to do every month. And after Christmas, I felt like I need to go every 2 weeks for a little bit. So that's what I'm doing now. And it's helpful. I mean, if nothing else, it's one more person that I can talk to about stuff. And I feel like maybe this is just her job. Like, she agrees with me when I say stuff, when I'm like, this person said this, and I thought it was stupid, and I'm ticked off about it. She's like, yeah, that was stupid. So I don't know. Maybe that's why she gets
I don't agree with her.
You don't agree? Well, you do agree with me.
That's what comes down is Caitlin wants me to be on her side all the time. And I say no, so she had to go find someone else that will be on her side.
That's not what I was saying. But yeah, I really like therapy, and I've always been the kind of person where I'm like, therapy's not really for me, which is hilarious because I actually want to be a school counselor someday. But I don't like talking about my feelings that often. I can write about them, but I love counseling like so much. I think that every person should go to counseling at least once a month just to get stuff off your chest, just so you can be a happier person in general, because yeah, it's hard sometimes.
And it's always good to talk to someone that's outside of the immediate situation. We had some friends going through a pretty rough patch a little while ago. And so they came and talked to us, and we went to dinner, and we were there for 3 hours, and they just kind of were able to relieve a little bit of that pressure through us, because we weren't involved in that situation, but we were so glad that we were there to be there for them and help them through that just a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I think it's good to talk to someone that's a little bit outside the situation. And a lot of times friends aren't going to be patient enough for that. So going to a counselor might be a helpful option for you. So.
Yeah. They get paid to be your friend. It's awesome. It's the best kind of friendship, because they can't just leave you. Layla, good luck, girl. That will be hard, but you could do it. And honestly, probably the build up to that day is going to be harder than the actual day, just like Carter's birthday was for us. I mean, it's not the same at all, but be patient with yourself.
It's the anxiety that comes to, in our experience at least, the anxiety building up to that day is harder than the day itself.
Yeah. Tyson said, I used to be told I was the most patient person. I lose my patience so fast and have a little bit of a temper. Amen to that.
Not me. I'm a saint.
No, he's not. It's hard. It's super hard. Valerie made a good point to Layla, though, that it might change the way that she feels about that day. It's going to be a bittersweet day.
It's going to be one of those.
Forever.
Yeah. It's going to be,
Annika, that's not creepy. Don't worry. We might have a lot in common, and we try to be down to earth.
Let's be friends.
But I do like that idea of you and Tyson doing a video together, because a lot of times moms are so open about it.
Okay, I'll have to grow my beard out really fast.
Okay, do it really fast.
Okay.
Layla asked, do you feel like you both have always been this open with your lives?
No.
For you. That's your answer. Go.
No. Especially not on as widespreading platform as any social media. Caitlin's blogged and written stuff. But even then I feel like there's a slight layer of security in that, because this is our face and the words are coming out of our mouth. So I would say, well, definitely not me on my side. I'm really bad at the social media game. I'm trying to get better at it, but I'm just not good. So I haven't been as open for sure.
Yeah. I would say to a point, yes, I have been. I struggled with depression during my freshman year of college, and that was something that I didn't really feel like I could talk about right when it happened, especially because it was really hard for me to think about too. But once I finally like got better, which was shortly after Brandon and I got married, I think like that really, it really kicked in for me then. We're having something serious. Layla made a funny comment. But I started not sharing my depression, but I wanted to be a counselor and I wanted to help other people. And so then for some reason I felt like it was okay to start sharing it. And I think that the older I'm getting, the less I care what other people think. So when we moved back to Salt Lake, I was really nervous about being in Utah because the last time I had been here, I got really depressed. And I kind of was just like, this is what happened. And it's going to be really hard to live in a place that I didn't want to live before. And I kind of like a big middle finger to the people who weren't nice to me about it. And so maybe that's where I'm at now, is like, I just don't care. And if you don't like it, sucks to suck. So no, I don't think I've always been this open either, but I find it cleansing. I like it.
If anything, it gets the emotions that you've, in some aspects, obviously, like me tweeting about words of the day does not help this situation. But sometimes when you just need to get those emotions out, it's just nice to get them out there and not bottle them up inside. So
yeah, and it helps other people too. So let's see. Okay, Layla, hashtag Brandon wants to grow facial hair.
If everyone can use that hashtag in the future, I'll do it. Yeah.
Appropriate. Ooh. It took Tyson a long time to get used to social media. I could see that, and I think that
I'm still not used to it. Like, yeah,
and even sometimes I don't think I am either.
If you notice, the vlogs especially are 90% Caitlin, and then 5% of me being awkward, then 5% of the cats.
What I've started doing is just picturing the camera as my counselor. And like legitimately, I'm like, if this was my counselor, what would I say to her right now? And it's just random stuff. So anyway, I like it. I prefer writing. I feel like I can get my emotions out better in writing, but camera's easier because then I don't have to write. What are you smiling about?
I'm just
a happy guy.
Just a happy camper. Let's see.
My own voice without duplicating what Amy already said. But you do have a different perspective, Tyson, because you are the dad, not the mom.
And your voice is way lower, so you've got that going for you.
And Amy makes a point. Which, are you both watching this separately? Together?
Separately, but together.
Tyson's been carrying the vlogs. That's what I've been doing since I don't work anymore, is I edit the vlogs and I film most of the day. So when Brandon comes home, I'm like, oh, you should be in this one too.
She forgets that I sometimes am around.
I know that you exist. So that's why in the last one I was like, look what I found. I found a cute man to hang out with for a little bit. He's just always so busy working.
I know, I'm a loser. A working loser.
I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. So anyway, any more questions?
Anything else?
Layla, your questions were annoying. Wait, that was Layla, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't annoying. If you have more questions, feel free to ask.
That's why we're doing this.
We're an open book. 2 open books.
We're nearly an open book.
We're like a children's book.
Oh, good question.
You said earlier we got married when you were both at school. Did you meet at school? No.
So we actually both worked at the movie theater, and that might spawn to why we love movies so much. We love movies, mostly popcorn. It's my favorite treat. But we worked in a movie theater together, and that's how we met. We were working there while at school, but
Brandon worked there when he was in high school, and then he went and did a service mission. He went on a mission.
I went on an LDS mission.
Yeah.
So I did that for 2 years, and when I came back, I kept working at the movie theater.
You've been there for a year before?
I've been there for a year, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then I started in the summer, and we didn't, it wasn't an immediate thing. I thought he was fun to work with the first time I worked with him.
And super cute.
And cute. I did think he was really cute, actually, because then he'd come in with this other guy that I knew, and I'd be like, who's that? Who's his friend?
Yeah, to the other guy.
Oh, yeah, because I worked with the other guy my first day, so I was like, who's Max's friend? I want to talk to him, but I was also kind of into somebody else, too, so.
Yeah, not me.
Not Brandon, but then that didn't work out. And then I kept texting Brandon and I was like, hey, text me back.
Yeah.
And he would always text me back. He would never text me first, but he would always text me back.
I'm bad at being social. What can I say?
And then one day I was sitting in class and I got a text and he said, hey, you want to go to dinner? And I said, yup. So I got up and I left class early to go to dinner with Brandon. And we went to Costa Vida.
I've been a bad influence from the start.
From the start. We went to Costa Vida, and that was our first date, even though I paid for my own food.
Yeah, because I wasn't thinking it was a date. I was just like, hey, let's go hang out. So we hung out. Oh, we just hung out.
We actually.
So we were there for like what, 3 hours? 4 hours?
I think it was like
9
2
hours.
It was like
we were there for a couple hours.
There's somewhere to go after that.
But that was the first of our relationship, and from there, we have just continued to go to Costa Vida all the time.
And movies.
We went twice this week.
We did. And Annika asked about our first kiss, which was the next night.
This one.
So
this one right here.
I didn't think that Brandon would be into me. He had a little bit of a reputation for making out with girls.
Well, let's back up a second. I was super cool. So let's.
It's back when you had more hair.
I was a manager. I had more hair, and I had a sick soul patch at the time.
Gosh.
So I was pretty much awesome. So
after our
Kayla was intimidated.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
After Costa Vida, the next night, I had something for my sorority actually. So I went on a date that night. And then Brandon texted me. He's like, hey, when I get off work, my brother and I are going to go up to the warming hut, this little like hut in the woods.
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods.
If you've seen the movie, it's based off of that.
Ew, glad we didn't make it then. So anyway,
I'm just kidding. It's not.
We started to drive up there, and then it was too snowy, so we didn't end up making it to the cabin. But I had an energy drink at midnight. And I was like, I'm not ready to go home if you want to hang out still. So we went back to his parents' house, and because that's where he was living.
Because I'm super cheap and lived at my parents' house.
In addition to the soul patch, he was living at his parents' house.
Like I said, I was a catch.
Yeah.
In all parts.
And so we were at his parents' house. We watched How to Train Your Dragon, and we watched the whole movie. And then at the end, I was like, forget about it, and I
laid one on me.
Yep. Because I didn't think it was going to go anywhere.
The rest is history.
Here we are.
So it was all Caitlin. I was a perfect gentleman the entire time.
You were.
So.
You really were.
You've changed.
Let's see. Bye,
Kelly. Thanks for being here.
Oh, that was so awkward. Why do we always
Tell Michigan hi for us.
Gosh. Julie asked if we like horror movies.
No. No, we do not.
I started watching scary movies in 8th grade, watched them through high school up until freshman year of college. And then after the Depression, I was just like, no to scary things. And now, even if I watch like Pretty Little Liars.
If she sees a bad commercial, like a slightly scary commercial, she'll have a bad dream about it.
Yeah, so Brandon doesn't let me, and I don't want him anyway.
I have to deal with that. So I have just said no scary movies.
We just watch happy stuff.
I don't enjoy them either. I used to a lot. And then I just got into the real world, and the real world's real scary. So it's like,
the real world is enough.
I don't need any more of that.
Yeah. Maria asked how long we were together before we got married.
Next question.
9 months.
So we knew each other for
a year and some before we got married.
A year and some before we got married, but we were engaged for like 4 months, 5, 4, kind of April to August.
All of May, all of June. Okay. All right. Almost 4.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Almost 4 months. And we started dating in November. So November to April is whatever many months that is. 5, 4, 6. I meant to go to 6, 12. Not 4. To April?
I wasn't actually.
Oh, okay. Anyway. So yeah, not a super long time, but we did know each other for a little bit before that. So we were like friends. Yeah. We also broke up one time for a weekend.
It was one day.
That's for a day.
And so we broke up for a day, and so me and my brothers went snowmobiling to that same warming hut, actually.
Yeah.
So me and my brothers decided we were going to go snowmobiling up there, but in the middle of the night for some odd reason, because that's safe. So I wonder if he sees out of the cat.
I don't know. It kind of looks like Milo's sitting down here, and there's a cat across the alley, so I feel like he can see it. Anyway, sorry.
But so my brothers and I went snowmobiling to the warming hut, and I about died like 9 times. We almost didn't make it to the warming hut because we were lost. Once again, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the mountains. But we made it there. We slept. Then we shot back home. I immediately, because we were in the mountains, I didn't have service, so I immediately texted Caitlin. I said, hey, can we talk? And she was like, no.
I said, I don't think that's necessary. And I was so proud of myself, sticking it to the man. And then he was like, please, just before work. And I was like, fine, you can come over. So he came over, and I tried to be mad at him, and I couldn't. He made me laugh the entire time, and I was so frustrated about it.
I'm just such a funny guy.
I know. So we went to dinner that night, and then
And she was super mad, and then we were back together. So we broke up for a day.
Yeah. And now here we are 6 years later. So yeah, we got engaged in April, same as Annika. That's it. The rest is history.
So we got engaged right at the end of April, right?
Yeah, right before your birthday.
So I turned 23 like 4 days later, 5 days later.
Yeah.
I was a baby.
Yeah, we were. Amanda said I can only do scary movies that are about something that could never actually happen in real life. Otherwise, no thanks. Same. Because have you seen the movie The Strangers? Oh, see, but the worst movie in the history of the world.
Like those, like, okay, so part of me, you have the whole like, you have like aliens and werewolves and zombies and stuff, and then you have like the real life things, and like those like intrigue me because you're like, oh man, the human mind is so crazy, and
yeah,
like,
but it gives people bad ideas.
But it's, yeah, like, so I'm kind of intrigued and kind of like grossed out by it at the same time. Like the Saw movies, like just the fact that someone thought about those is kind of like disturbing to me. But we just don't watch them anymore. We just watch Disney movies. Just keep it light.
Yeah. If you could change your name to another name, where would it, or to what would it be? Not where would it be? I don't know. We were talking about this yesterday at the baby shower, that kind of like no matter what name you give a baby, they will look like that name because that's their name.
Associate with it.
But now, I think when I was little, I wanted to be called like Ashley or something. I don't know.
I wanted any name other than Brandon. I feel like Brandon is not an awesome name, and I don't love it. So I'm trying to make Brandon cool.
You are. You're doing.
I don't think I'm doing a great job.
Neither of us love our middle names, so that I could probably do without.
Yeah.
Brandon's middle name is Keith, and mine is Paige.
You're supposed to not tell people, and then I can keep my social media.
Brandon's middle name is Kilimanjaro.
It's Kilimanjaro, and that's what it is and will forever be. So
we should get it legally changed for you.
We should. Can we do that?
Yeah, you can actually.
Great.
Where'd we go for our honeymoon? Salt Lake.
So, like I said earlier, I was poor and in school and living with my parents. And
we had already taken a vacation with my family before we got married.
So yeah, so we got married, and then we came just down to Salt Lake. It's the biggest city closest to us. Yeah. So woohoo!
Just got out of Logan.
And then did we do anything fun later on?
After that?
Yeah.
We went to Disney World for our anniversary.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next year we went to Disney World and did that, and that was fun.
Yeah. So give your son a strong name. We're trying. We're gonna give him a better middle name.
Give us some examples of strong name, like Hulk. Thor. That'd be cool.
This was my reaction to Tyson liking those things, because now I feel like we can't be friends.
See, and Tyson, that's exactly how I feel. Like I look at it and I'm like I'm so like intrigued by the thought. Like I'm disgusted. I'm like, oh, it's so gross. But I'm like, tell me more. I want to know. So I don't know. I'm intrigued by those. I don't love like the demonic ones. The like Paranormal Activities. Oh, Hulk Kilimanjaro. That's a good one.
Did you see this one though? Brandon Keith Jr.
Yeah, that's the worst. Hulk
Kilimanjaro. Dude, that poor kid would have no friends.
Or all the friends.
No, he would have.
If that was his actual name and he wasn't able to choose that, he might be really cool.
If we could find someone around here to name their kid like Thor or Batman or something.
Wait, if you saw.
She was Saw with her eyes.
Wait. Can you let us know what you're saying there, Amy?
You want it to be Beth. Beth is a good name.
Beth is a good name.
She watched.
I would watch. See, how do you watch it with your eyes? You didn't watch at that point in time.
Exactly.
You've listened to songs with your eyes
closed. That's why I have any pregnancy cravings. I just like food.
Yeah, nothing weird, nothing too crazy.
Taco Bell, cheeseburgers, potatoes, stuffing. I finally like fruit again, which is good. That was one of my aversions in the beginning.
She still does not like Zupas.
Yes, so Zupas is not an aversion, but what happens every single time I'm pregnant, and this is true for, 3 of the 4, because the third one I wasn't pregnant long enough to know, but I crave Zupas in the beginning, and I want a salad and a sandwich. Yeah, that's right. Those are words.
Yep, those are words.
And I go for probably... I think I probably went to Zupas like 3 times a week for 3 or 4 weeks. And then I don't want it again the whole time I'm pregnant. Which makes Brandon really sad, but I'm fine with it. So.
Oh. Okay. Ouch.
Not that you're sad. I'm fine with not eating Zupas.
Yeah.
This is just funny. People are hilarious. I like doing this just for the chats. So, anyways, now I feel like I need Taco Bell.
Or Zupas.
Zupas is closed on Sundays.
Dag nabbit.
Dang, Utah. What are you gonna do? All right, I think we'll wrap this up.
Is everyone bored? Oh, Brandon Tyson. That's not bad. Tyson Keith, Brandon Tyson.
How about Branson?
Branson, Missouri.
When I was really little, one time I watched one of the Halloween movies at a friend's house, and then I told my mom, and I got in a lot of trouble because it was rated R.
One time I watched Children of the Corn in a corn maze.
Did you?
Yeah, we had a generator to like a projector and a screen. That was back when I was cool.
That's scary.
We were cool back then.
I did make a Signs reference the other day on the vlog. Signs was freaky. So at my parents' old house, my bedroom was all the way downstairs. And so I used to sneak upstairs and sleep on my brother's bottom bunk of his bed because I was so scared. And he sometimes would wake up or my mom would hear me and then she'd come in and I'd get in trouble and they'd send me back downstairs. And all because I was afraid. Like, what kind of kid gets in trouble for being afraid?
We need to back up for a second. We're getting down into the comments here.
I know.
So wait, what is Tyson's real name?
Mike Tyson.
It's Mike Tyson.
That's from The Office, if any of you don't know what we're talking about. His name is Michael.
Oh, that's right.
Am I allowed to say that?
Oh.
It's Mike Tyson. Sorry.
Tyson, if you haven't told anyone that, and that was supposed to be
I think they did, though, because they were
Sorry.
talking about Mallory's name, and they wanted Mallory to have the same initials as Tyson.
Hey, it's Mike Tyson.
That's so funny.
It's me. Oh. It's me, Prison Mike.
No, this is getting out of hand. Do you crave in the night and make Brandon go out and get it? Here's the problem with that, Kate.
No, I put my foot down.
One time, it was when I was pregnant with Carter, I wanted a smoothie, and it was like 9:00 at night on a Sunday. Jamba Juice was closed, so he was like, well, I'll go to McDonald's for you, but you have to come with me. And I was like, no, I'm not going to McDonald's with you. You go get it by yourself. And he said, if I come back and you're asleep, I'm going to be mad. So then I'm just like crying, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to be awake. I'm going to be sleeping, so he won't go for me.
I have a hard time with that because if I go and get her this item that she wants, she will be asleep by the time I get back, and she will not want it when she wakes up. So like,
he won't go.
I just don't go.
He won't go in the middle of the night, but he has gone out and gotten me food like for dinner and stuff. Like he won't make me go with him now, which is really nice. He'll go by himself. But if I haven't really had any cravings in the night because I've actually been sleeping. Like I don't sleep well, but I sleep through the night. But I've only had to wake up twice and have cereal in the middle of the night just because I'm starving. So
we should do this weekly. Would people watch if we did this weekly? Are we entertaining enough to do it weekly?
You're what? Drive an hour away to get you nachos at 3 in the morning? That's awesome. That's so great. Mm-hmm. That's the problem too, though, is like what around here is open enough? What around here is open late enough that I'm laughing at Maria's comment. What around here is open late enough that you could go get me something in the middle of the night?
McDonald's.
Yeah, right. That's the problem. We can do this weekly. That'd be fun. We'll do that. And Maria, to answer your question, this is one of the ones that has been stashed around the house. So here's what happens. I drink 32 ounces of water in the morning before, like while I'm getting ready. So the big cup stays in the bathroom all the time. And
well, let's back that up though. Me being a nice guy, I go and get the little ice water. Yeah. I have to walk down the stairs, go get some every morning for her.
Yeah.
And then what does she do? She just leaves the cup upstairs. I have to go down and get it every time.
Because then I fill it up in the morning when I take my medication. I just fill it in the sink and drink out of it before I get in the shower. And then when I'm home, I drink out of a different cup that's downstairs. And then sometimes I have water in that cup. So then I bring it upstairs with me and then I forget about it. And right now I have a mug that I got from the hospital that's full of water and that sits on the nightstand because in the night I cough. And so I need water, but I can't leave a cup of water out because then the cats will drink it.
Or knock it over. Most of the time just knock it over.
These are the troubles of my days. So yes, lots of cups. I think I only have like 3 cups out right now, though. It's not a big deal.
So people are wanting us to weekly, which I mean we can do.
We'll do it.
Here's my thing though.
What are we talking
Well, no. So the people over in Europe and stuff, it's nighttime for them. So should we do it earlier in the?
I would watch it on Sunday night if you went live.
But
it's nighttime for us now.
But we could do it like. So we did it noon today, our time.
Like
but what
10?
If we did 10?
We could do 10 or 11. What do you guys think? What times would work for you? Amy, Tyson, I already know your answer. You're in the same time zone as us. But everyone else is not in our time zone. What would work? Would like the same time work? Would an hour earlier be good?
Yes, she does need a sippy cup. That is a true statement.
We have some. The best part is that like this is a Washington Nationals cup that we got from a baseball game last summer when we were in DC.
By the way, anyone that's seen American Money, this is what it means in Latin.
Whatever it says on there.
It's something to pluber unum.
Yeah, that one.
I don't have any dollars on me.
Anyway, it's 8:15 in Ireland. Okay.
Okay.
Is this a good time for you?
We could back up a hair.
We could.
Because Ireland's 7 hours ahead of us.
Annika said it'd be good.
Same time sounds great.
Are we in the same time zone? I think we're in the same time zone, Amy.
I don't know. You're like 4 houses away from us. I hope so.
Where did it go? Where did that question go?
7 p.m. in England.
Layla asked if ours and Amy's houses are the same size. They're literally the exact same layout. I think our
Don't tell
bathrooms
Tyson, but ours is actually bigger. It's not.
I was like, no, it's not. Our bathrooms upstairs are different, but besides that, they're the exact same. So that's why I think we're in the same time zone because they're built on the same street. You could go later and still.
Oh, yeah, because we can't go too early because in California people will be mad because we're waking them up on a
good point
on a Sunday.
Okay. It's currently think about that for a second. It's 8:15 in England, 3:16.
It's currently 2015 in England. What about
your fans in Hawaii? Well, if we have fans in Hawaii, they should invite us to their house first.
Yeah, that's true.
Julia, I love that you live in Tennessee. I used to live in Laverne for 2 years when I was little. Anyway, okay, well, it looks like this time is good. So we'll probably stick with this, maybe do noon or 1. But we'll let you guys know probably like the Saturday before or something. So yeah, we'll do that if that works for everyone. And you can always go back and watch it later too if you're not able to get there. But I really like interacting with everyone. There's like 30 people
been
here.
Way
this is perfect.
More fun than doing the vlogs because
yeah,
I'm just not a fun guy.
And Brandon was so nervous to do this too.
I really am.
Oh, sorry that you're in bed with the flu. That sucks. Glad that we could hopefully provide some entertainment for you. If nothing else, you can just laugh at us. Not with us, but at us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brandon was so nervous to do this because he was like, what are we going to talk about the whole time?
I'm socially awkward and I understand that. So yeah. I'm sorry.
But 31 people. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Oh, Australia would be hard. We should go to Australia and then just do it in their time zone.
An hour before is better. Okay.
11.
We'll figure out a time and we'll let you guys know before we start. So, okay. Yeah. Layla, thanks for asking so many great questions because we didn't know what we were going to talk about.
Wait, fan obsessed. More like fan afraid. I'm afraid of fans. I'm so nervous all the time.
Oh, green eyes praise for us every day. Thank you. We could use it.
Yes.
We could use it. Okay. We're going to wrap this up now. I'm sure you guys have better things to do on your Sunday.
I hope
maybe go to bed, probably, if you're in a foreign country. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. This was a lot of fun. And thanks for all of your awesome questions, letting us open up a little bit more.
So bring questions, comments, concerns. If you're looking for advice, we can pretend to give you advice. If you want any type of opinion, I can give you an opinion. I'm a pretty opinionated person. It might not be good.
To go to Costco.
But yeah, if people want to do this, we'll do it. But you guys need to be prepared, so we're not just giving nonsense for however long we're going to do it for.
Well, that's what you're doing right now. So we'll wrap this up now. So we'll post a vlog just like regular tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.